Hello, everyone. I hope your day is beautiful. My day was a bit busy, like I'm very busy, and but my page is not very busy here. The YouTube video, it's somehow declining, but it's okay, whatever happens, it doesn't going makes me it doesn't going make me give up because it that's not me. I'm not somebody who gives up especially on things they are very important to me. So let's go to the teeth story. So last time, as I said, I started going to Sydney Dental Hospital for fixing the teeth, which were bad due to my fear from dentists. We also learned that I lost that fear from the dentist just after one decent visit. The, the difference was so huge, it healed me from that fear. And so I'm very happy for that because I just couldn't even sleep when I knew I have to go next day to dentist. Anyhow, let's move on. Let's move on. Some of you know, some of you don't. When I came to Australia within a week, I was just eating only fruit for various reasons. But the main reason was that I always loved fruit. I had never enough, and here was plenty of it, and I was free, and nobody there always telling me you have to eat other things as well, and you have to have something warm, and blah, blah, blah. I was free from that too, because all those people are left behind. When I escaped communism. So I was eating only fruit. Soon as within 2 weeks, I felt the best. The experience I had from it, I never had before. Of course, how could I? Because I never ate only fruit. But also, I was surprised how fast my well-being improved, even though I believe I have no health problems. I really didn't. I have just those, sometimes funny cramps in the stomach and so on, but never for too long. Anyway, so when I come to Australia, I turn into a ethical fruitarian within a week, and I was striving that way, and I was very happy about it. So I had no problem from any injections at the dentist, what I was receiving. I didn't feel any negativity. My body didn't let me know of any danger. So, you know, some things my body reacts right away. On some things it may take even weeks, but because I'm very aware what I'm putting in my body and I'm very aware how my body feels, not only my body, mind, spirit, all that being, I go, I, I can notice those things and act accordingly. So I wasn't faced with the fact that I'm getting some poison into my body. So soon after I finish with at the dentist clinic, I don't remember how many times I was there, but definitely 2 or 3 times. Definitely this or this. So it's not very definite, is it? But just bear with me. Um, yeah, and soon after that, I already mentioned in last video being in Western Australia, having that some. I went to La La Land on a way back from dentist. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay. So what happened? It was close to year 2000. I was already back in Sydney because I was a big adventurer. I was always on the move, but it was not always just out of the adventure. Sometimes it was because I have to run away from somebody who would not let me go. And so I was in Sydney. I was around year 2000. Don't ask me how old I was. I was maybe 45, something like that, around that, maybe a bit less, but not much. From me, you will always get, almost always estimate as far numbers and the names goes. Most of them, they just go through me. So I carry that since early childhood. And uh, so I was eating something, maybe apple or cucumber or something more firm, and the whole front teeth, which was tampered with by dentist each time I went there, they always work on it. I used to think for myself, how but they can work on it constantly so much. How is that possible? There is still some tooth left, really, you know. So anyway, finally, that all. And so I would just think the work they done before wasn't the best one. But who knows, you know. I'm not expert. So anyway, I said to myself, it just fall off on its own. Not on its own, but because, you know, I put too much pressure on it. Not because I had some infection there or pain or anything. So I leave it as is. I don't have a problem to be without tooth. A lot of little kids, they often without it because their teeth are changing over. We all experience it. And I can't believe this. So I had no problem with it. I said, I'm just going to look like cute kid now without tooth. And but my mom, she would not have it. You know, I used to visit Czech Republic. I used to use it, how you call it, regularly, every 2, 3 years. Sometimes I even did 1 year after another, but that was too much for me because it's always big, how you say, culture shock for me to come to Czech Republic, always. And then I never can wait to come back here. And only when I sit in that aeroplane on the way back, I believe I'm going to make it because I have such experiences there from the past. But I have this like almost paranoia that I'm going to be not let out from the country. because I experienced that before. Anyway, so I went visit my friends and family. I used to stay at my family house. That was my base, and I used to go and visit people from there. And my mom start pushing me in her very smart way. She knows perfectly. She knows me so well, and she is very good manipulator. But in the end, she won because she never stopped at it, and she constantly was pushing me in her own way, in a subtle way. She knows if she is too pushy, too evidently pushy, I would just tell her, back off, strike. But she does it in a way not even aware of it. Often, most of the time, she was master at that, master. So I love you, mom. I will always love you. And because by circumstance we have a relative who work at the dentist as the nurse. And we ran into them one day when we were shopping in a town. I mean, into this relative. And I going, and my mom, are you still working at the dentist at this street? And she said, yes, yes, I'm still there. And the relative said, well, come and see us sometimes. Visit us when you come in a town. We check your teeth. And this is exactly, that was something my mom was so happy to hear. And she had something more to work on to more easily get me there. And because I was curious to see my relative, and because I'm often a skit in my head, because I worry about, yeah, look at this flower, or look at this cloud, and I don't pay much attention what's going on the earth, what the manipulators have their store for me. So I need to wake up from this, kind of be more aware, because I just did something again very silly, which is okay, but it only cost me more money. And that was just for this reason, because I was in a la la land, I had a good time. I didn't pay attention of this world and people in it, how they can be tricky and manipulative if they want to, for whatever reason. Well, the shopmate would sell. I'm happy anyway, because money, they comes and goes. Plus, I'm not scared to end up on a zero. I'm not scared. I've been there many times for different reasons, and it was never because I'm bad with money. So my mom keep pushing, pushing, pushing. And first year, yeah, we went just visit, but I didn't let them look at my teeth. I just was firm. I said, I was at the dentist in Australia. I don't need to go to dentist, and I don't need a tooth, even it's a front one. I'm perfectly fine with it. So let me be, let me live without tooth. But in Europe, maybe here too, by a lot of people, I should say maybe that, by a lot of people, that's considered as you are like street person. You live in a rubbish bin or from rubbish bins. That's why you don't have a tooth, of you. So it was a big issue for my mother. And she's very persistent, and she would not let go. If she has some agenda, she will go till she reaches the point she wants and gets what she wants. So it took another 2 visits to Czech Republic, and finally my mom managed to get me in that dentist chair. Here I was. So dentist was also lady, so very friendly. We actually happen to be friends. And so they have their like office, looks like little lounge room with a little kitchenette and toilet, kind of like little bed sitter. And they would, so soon as we like clicked, she made sure for next every appointment for me, she made I was the last one in her shift. So then we can just relax and sit in her lunchroom and chit chat about life. And that was very nice. And I went, and that made all that experience for me more bearable and more pleasant. And I was more willing to go for it, to have that too. The dentist, excellent work. I even told her, because I've been in a few dentists before, but this one, she just go. He really knew what she's doing. That was totally amazing to see, to experience her work. She just goes, do, 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 but she goes really fast, but every move she does is perfect. I felt it. It was just, in a way, amazing experience. So I have to tell her, I never met as good dentist as her, with such a confidence and knowing exactly what to do. So I got that bridge. It felt normal. It was perfectly fine. I have to work like Dracula for a few weeks, visiting everybody because they have to sharpen 2 teeth next to it. So that's when they sit that bridge on. So they like Dracula teeth. Not placed properly, but still they look like it. But I had no problem with it. I have, I'm very peculiar person. I can be, I can have a one tooth in a mouth and be okay about it, but also not being okay about it. I can have a both feelings, but that not okay would never stop me socializing or traveling or whatever I want to do or even need to do at times. It won't stop me to go looking whatever it is. It's not my concern as such, of such a multitude, or how to call it, of such a size. So I can't handle it. So I got that bridge, and maybe 2 years later, I'm disabled. I walk with one walking stick, and the falling is my expertise. I'm very good in the falling. But as it happens sometimes, you can master everything at something, but you can make a mistake as well. And I had all up through all my disabled life, which is like 50, 60 years now, maybe even more, about 50, over 50 years. I have 4 really bad falls. I mean, really bad ones. Maybe only 3. But I don't want to think about it now. I'm talking about this one. So I had a so bad fall on the concrete outside, which never happened to me before. When I actually somehow fall on my face and on a concrete, and that bridge loosened up. It was wiggly. And I said, well, this is dangerous. It's wiggly. I was scared if I sleep, it will loose and I may choke on it or something. You know, it freaked me out that I'm in such a pickle. So I tried to take it out, but it wouldn't work. So maybe if some dentist ever hear this will laugh at me, but it didn't work. So I just said I leave it as is. I just being careful, but I got used to it very quickly, and it just didn't bother me. It wasn't in my way at all. And the bridge, I knew it was just temporary. I was told that bridge is temporary. And next time I come over, I will get the one forever. Not like they usually last that long. So what happened? I When was the time? When was the summertime in Czech Republic? I went there to fix, to have that bridge changed because also the dentist rang my mom and said I can come this year, this summer for the new bridge. So I said, that's good because I really need to change it anyway. So the timing was okay. I just have to maybe 6 months to live with the big lease on the front. And then, yeah, she changed it. And when she was changing it, the dentist, she was asking the nurse, so how long do you think the bridge going to last her? And she said, well, she doesn't eat any meat and stuff like this. And with her fluid diet, I think 5 years, maybe even more. And dentist said, we'll see. I wear the bridge since not long time ago. So when the other dentist not long time ago took it out, the dentist looked at it with amazement and said, this is very, very good work. She admired the work as I did of that dentist. And because we became friends, each time I go to town, I know where it's end of her shift. I used to see her, but she didn't need because all my ugly teeth was fixed. So she did only bridge. I don't know how many times I have to go there for it, but not many. I think she did first try and then she sent it back to laboratory. So I have to wait another like 2 weeks or something. But it was all good. And so I have a tooth and I have break from my mom pushing me constantly in her own unique way to get me there. So that was all great. And since then, I don't think I ever went to dentist again. I was like, as I said, around 45, maybe 43 or something around that age. And all was good. I never have really big toothache or anything for more than about 10 years. And suddenly I start have a problem with my gums. I don't know how it happened. It seems to happen really fast. It seems like I ate something with bad chemicals in it, like chewing on it. Because with any food, there is lot of food which is being found. They realize that food is something wrong with it and they have to recall it. They have to recall it back from all the shops and everything. I actually have a link for a YouTube video when I go to watch this lady. She sometimes have it. And you would be surprised how many things are often getting called out from the shops or even the production plants because they still may have it in storage and so on. So I have a feeling I ate something like this and chew on it, and my gums got really bad because I have no problem, no problem. And suddenly it's just like when I went with my tongue over my gums and teeth, I noticed the teeth are more like showing on the bottom, some of them. It started, and it started exactly where where I have my first problem with my tooth, when I lost that tooth, when I was 30 or 29, in that place, that's where the gums start coming down. And so I just put aloe on it, fresh aloe leaf, and hoping for the best. It helped me, it helped. So I thought it's something temporary, which will go away with the time. But it didn't. Uh, it was getting on and off better. If I was putting aloe, as soon as I stopped putting it on, it was kind of reasonably fast going back. So I was constantly battling it, but I never went with it to dentist. But I talked to few people on online because they too far from me, and each person I mention, I have a problem with gums. They will tell me they have exactly the same problem, and I learn that is very common thing. And there is belief, and I believe this is part of it, that it can happen when you don't clean your teeth at all or don't clean them properly or what have you. But I'm not saying I was religious with my teeth cleaning, but I was good enough to keep it under control, so to speak. But I know people, they like really, they would, after meal, they will clean the teeth, and if you offer them something, they will tell you, no, thank you, I just clean my teeth. So even people who are very strict, I can say, with their dental hygiene, they told me they have the same problem. So where does it come from? Where does it come from? And so I was healing it. Curious is, even the gums was coming down, and I have never bleeding gums, and it never gave me big discomfort. Only when sometimes it got later on in a movie, it got infected, and then I would get pain. But I would heal it with the aloe, fresh aloe leaf. It may take 3 days of the treatment. I could leave the leaf inside overnight as well. So it was working. And but in the long run, again, it was slowly getting worse. So I would not really heal it. I would kind of not even keep it at the bay. I was only buying the time. I was getting more time till it's get really bad. I was like in mango in this way. I refuse to go about such a things to the experts. I the dentist. I said it to dentist from Czech Republic. She said I should go to dentist to have it healed. She said she would like to do it for me, but she I'm not there for long enough. That's like very long term treatment. So and she advised me to go to dentist, but I said no. What are they going to do to me? What are they going to do? They only give me some their chemicals for it, and I don't want that anyway. I just stick with my aloe. And so I last with that aloe for all since like 6 years back. Even I lost maybe 2 teeth here due to that due to that gum problem. Because as I said, it would not heal, it will just not progress so fast. With the age, with the time, with the years, and I think because I ate much worse since I was with the mango, I'm not blaming her, it's my problem. I obviously get easily sucked in with some things. I ate too many avocados, tomatoes, and cucumbers and zucchinis, and that kind of little bit compromised my digestive system. But each time I saw my digestive system is getting bit not functioning as it should, I stopped eating the avocados for a while. But then I will go back to it. And I didn't have it was always heaps of it, tons of it in a house. So it was difficult to avoid it. And I really felt for people who want to eat raw and live with person who cook, how difficult that must be for them. But again, for some people, easy peasy, for some difficult. Some things for me, easy peasy, some things difficult. It's a fruit, it's a raw, I like the flavor. And in the end of the day, when I feel worse after it, I just won't have it for a while. So that's how I was regulating it. But my body didn't like it. And I can see that because since Mango left, I eat very much or so much. In the beginning, I couldn't even eat avocado. But now, already 2 weeks, I eat them, but little bit. I eat them for a night. So my body have a time to collect all the phlegms. And in the morning, it comes out of me. Anyhow, and I eat avocado only when I'm spent long time in a garden. And interesting enough, that's when I feel like them. When I have a lazy day, relaxing day, I don't even feel like avocado, actually. So something changed for me. And I went back to eat in a way I ate before I met mango. And I realized how much that suits me better. Mango would like me to join him with his eating. So many times I would tell him, don't even show me about avocado, like when you eat it, don't put it on, don't make it obvious. Don't put it under my nose. But sometimes he couldn't not help it and he would, or forget and even offer me. And I said, don't do that. And then he will stop again. Anyhow, so I believe that also kind of shortened the time of my gums getting worse. I believe if I ate as I eat now, I will maybe buy more 5 years. But I'm not regret anything. I have no reason why. It's already done. Everything happened at that time. I believe I'm doing the best for myself, and so be it. I don't regret things. They already done. I can't change them. I learn. I try to learn things from my mistakes, but sometimes I tend to forget too. But it doesn't matter because my body will remind me. Thank you, my body. Thank you. So, yeah, here I was getting bad gums, battling it for many years. Many, no, 15 years about. And then I started having it here, the bad gums, and it was more aggressive here. I learned later on why, because actually I didn't know, but later on I learned because on this side, under this teeth, I have an infection. And so it came from there. And because there was the infection, I wasn't aware of because the body would not let me know. Because I don't know why sometimes I don't get those symptoms. And maybe another reason was because I was mainly using this part of my teeth to chew on things. And this one was more like left dormant. And so because I didn't use so much this side for eating, I would not feel the tooth would not get like disturbed in a way. And I think maybe that's the reason the infection didn't show me, like stop. The tooth was happy because nobody was not because it was constantly resting, I can say. But the pain went here a little bit further and the teeth start getting bad. And when I was, how old I'm now? I am now 87, 78 without five. No, I'm 60, sorry. I am 68. That's mere numbers. You will get used to it if you know me for a while. That's 68 and minus 5 is 63. So yeah, I was 63 when I lost very fast those two teeth because they just wiggled out. They just come out on their own. This one here come out on its own due to that gum problems. And I felt very sad. I said, so I don't have a problem with teeth. And who would think somebody like me, because I have no information, I never show interest in that part of my body, to look into it more. And so I said to myself, I start having, my mouth is getting unwell to my liking, too unwell to my liking. I have here one tooth which was very bad wiggling due to gum disease. And yeah, just one here. And those two, they wiggled off very fast. So I went to dentist because I didn't know what else I can do about it. Also, I'm well aware since early age to have a bad teeth in your mouth or bad gums when they getting infected too often, because the infection was coming more often. I believe it was due to a lot of durians and avocados in my diet as well. So I decided to go to dentist and get opinion, ask actually how you say. I want to know what condition my teeth are and what options I have to take care of it. So I done that. I was very blessed with the dentist. She was a beautiful lady. She's still alive and she's a beautiful lady. She's not my dentist anymore. And so, she was very good. I spent a whole hour. She spoke to me and she told me in a detail a lot of good, important information to me. She gave me a lot of good information. That's what I try to say. Sometimes I get so tangled in that English language, I can't believe it. Because sometimes I think English and Czech at once. And sometimes, not that I speak German, I knew few words. German words can suddenly appear in there. So, that's just how it is. But anyhow, so she gave me all the very detailed information and she told me she giving me whole month so I have a time to think about it and don't make a wrong decision about the future of my poor mouth. So, but in a way, I made decision already after that talk. But I was happy she gave me that time because I can, of course, we all can change our mind. Nothing wrong with it. Some people don't like it if you change your mind, but I think it's healthy. Why not? If you found out for whatever reason or how you found out, it's not important. But once you realize this is not work for me, why you should not change it? So what the dentist actually told me, she told me a bit of things. So I leave it for next video because I don't want them make too long, they long anyway, but I like to insert all the details and I like to stray away from the topic sometimes if I see it somehow relevant or interesting to mention. Anyhow, life can be sometimes difficult, but it's always good to learn to keep positive mind. It's a good thing to remember especially in a difficult times. It's easy when everything goes hunky-dory. It's easy to be positive. But sometimes, you know, the burden is too big and sometimes I can tend to get negative. It's not even negative. I just like shut down and feel really like kind of depressed almost. Close to depression, that feeling and I won't bother that life energy is not there. That in this that comes the gratefulness and the positiveness, I believe. So I was just reminded of my friends. Don't forget to be positive, even in those days. And because he's right, I'm sharing it, passing it to you. I'm sharing it with you because it's true. Because if we worry, we only hurting ourselves. Or if we get too upset, we hurting ourselves. I know it's easy to say to step out of it. I know how difficult it is because I went through few difficult times in the past, but I have a gift and that's a God. Since I was born, I was given belief in a God's existence. God communicated with me in the past, still communicate with me till today. So that's what helps me wake up. It's a night chat and it's the love in my heart. And then I talk to myself. I talk that little girl inside. She's still there. That girl running around the meadows, climbing through trees. She's still here. I'm here. It's me. Hello. So I'm taking care of her too. And I talk to her. I say sorry, I mistreated you. I forgot to take you in a garden. Or yesterday. But I'm taking you now. And stuff like this. So we all have to find how to trick ourselves to keep going because this world is not very friendly lately. I think it never really was if you look into history. So let's push that aside because it's not really part of us. We just here visiting for a while. It's not our home. So I would like to remind you again on the end, as always, about love. The love is biggest treasure you can ever have. You can sit miserable, alone in a room, eat from golden plates, sitting on a golden toilet, wearing diamonds around your neck, have a dress from some, you know, $10,000 dress. Maybe they even cost more. I wouldn't have a clue. And that's all fine. That's fine. That's nothing to do with happiness, nothing to do with good heart. So the love seeks the good things, simple things of the nature, you know, things of the truth, and not following some fashion and chasing money to just show off. Look what I have. That's sad. I'm not saying everybody does it. I'm not saying that, but people buy, I notice people buy too much money. The money, I know how to save. I'm learning more and more that money have a for most people bigger value than love. And I feel sorry for them. I do. Because they think they have something. And in the end, they have an empty hand. Because that money, even on a computer or on a paper, it's perishable. If I dig this in a garden, it's going to be soil. It's perishable. It's going to disappear. But the love lives forever. That's the only value you have. It's your heart. It's your soul. Your body. Your body is going to be burned or buried. You will resurrect. But the heart, the love lives forever. And that is, this is what I learned from Bible. There is a physical body, uh, and there is spiritual body. And that's something I experienced because I had out of body experience, not during some operation or accident or anything like this. Just one night it happened. I will share that story one day with you. I experienced a lot of amazing things, I believe, and all of them in the future, I am here to share them with you. And I would like to hear from you if you're experiencing something on those lines as well or not. So let's all hope for the best. Let's cultivate love in our hearts, give love, receive love, and take care. Do love yourself and do for yourself what makes you what what makes you, not what other people want you to do, what you wanted to do. And if they think it's wrong, it's your lesson to learn. Or they may be wrong, it's wrong for you. Don't worry what they say, because if it's important for you, just go for it. That's what I do, and I believe it makes sense. Because how would make sense that I live by somebody else's rules? And it's easy if you live with somebody like with me and Mango. I often got into his routine, in his rules. I didn't have to, but I want to because that's the only way I can spend some time with him. Because he would never break his routine, so I was willing to break mine for his. And it's all good. I'm all is good. All is good. I miss Mango a lot. I wish he was here with me. money is gone. I lost something, but I also gaining something. So that's that positivity. I am going through big changes in my life. I, in a way, I'm now free to do whatever I want, to go wherever I want. There won't be nobody to tell me, I don't want you to go, I want you to stay here with me. So the love is the key. Love is the answer. I'm blessed to be with Mango, and I am blessed to be now alone as well. And I wish a lot of blessings upon you, a lot of love. Until next time, all the best. Don't forget to smile. It's a big power, that smile. When you go on the street and you smile, just watch it how many people will return you the smile. Like, ahoy.